Hello, hello, howdy. Ooh, I'm all nervous. I'm all nervous and excited. Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you guys excited? Are you guys ready? This is gonna be exciting. Everyone, hold on to your pants. Cause this will be very fun and exciting. Are you ready? Are you ready? Wow! Look at me! I move, and I'm virtual, and a tuber, and I'm not a 3D model. I'm so cool, and I know. Look at my hair. Look at my hair go. Look at that! Wow! Oh my gosh! And guys, this is really important. Actually, hang on. Let me get closer so you can see. Okay. So watch my horns. Look at that dimension in them. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. There so much dimension. Wow. I know this is so exciting. I'm excited. This is so exciting. I'm excited. I am so pretty. And it's all thanks to the delightful, lovely, amazing Allison. Everyone, a round of applause to Allison, my roommate and bestest friend. Allison drew this herself and rigged it herself because she is crazy and a loon and bananas nutso. She learned how to do all of this so swiftly. There was such an adventure of her going through the ringer. I know that person, Allison. Let's go. Thank you. I look swell, and it's all thanks to her. And actually, I can show off. I'm not just a torso, because that's the thing. When I'm a 3D model, I just have a torso available to me. But I'm not just a torso. Let's scoot over here so you guys can get a good look at me. Here I am. Wow, here I am. Wow. Oh, you guys are in a dumb spot. Let me move you. Really quick. Scoot. Boy howdy. I do cover you up. That's fine. I'm the important thing anyway. We have to all appreciate Allison's delightful art. Look at this. Wow. Look at me. I'm so humongous. I'm here. And all of me is here, and this is exciting. And look at that hair. Wow, look at that exciting hair. Holy cannoli. Wow. And look at these legs. I've got legs, and I know how to use them. The amount of hair, it's perfect. Yeah, she did. She's the greatest and the coolest. I paid her back by buying food for her. I can't remember what it was, but I supported the bill for food. I can step on you guys. Yeah. Pippin, don't be silly. Here, let me do this. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Let me do this. Yeah. Ho ha ho ho ha ho ha 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 ha. Wow. Cool shit. Very cool. Very exciting. So that's the stream today. Hope you all enjoy. But no, for real, this is the most exciting thing. So we're gonna chit chat and jabberjaw. Pippin, stop. Stop being a goofer in the corner over there. Hang on. Let me scoot myself up. What am I doing hiding behind the desk like that? Get closer. I can get closer. Wow. The hair blows me away. I can't believe she did all this, cuz I had seen, like, I knew, was like, I know how technically one does this, like how you layer the art and everything. And that seemed so fucking hard that I was like, no, I can't. I just thought about, like, the eyes, and I was like, that seems impossible. And so I just gave up. I was like, well, that'll never happen, I guess. And Allison was a god and was like, I'll not just, because I was like, maybe someday I will grow the balls to draw my own model. And then get someone else to rig it. Because I had tried just opening live 2D, and being like, can I just even make something, like, bend? Like, not even animate. Can I just make a movement? And I couldn't even figure out how to do that. So, I was like, well, that's magic, obviously. And Allison did it all. She did everything. At one point, she had done something wrong. and she nearly started over completely from scratch. And then she was like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna make it work. And she did. And I'm so proud of her. She's the most powerful person on planet Earth, and in heaven, and in hell. They all pale in comparison to the power level of the coolest kid. I like how the horns look. They look so good, right? They're amazing. They're so amazing. So get excited for me to like turn a lot, just so I can see the horns. They look really great. Every step of the process involved hitting a roadblock. I don't know, you did the physics, that seemed to be pretty easy for you. So. Now I can draw even better fan art! Exciting things of note. First is that my webcam is not the greatest on planet Earth, which is fine. I know theoretically I could use my phone, and it would probably track my face better, but for now, I don't have like a stand for it, and I've got a webcam, so that's fine. That's fine, and that's good, and that works. However, because of that, interesting things include the fact that when I smile big enough, it thinks my eyes are closed. I just got a big smile. So that's why, if you notice, I tend to be a little frownier. And it's just because I'm trying to mitigate. Also, so the eyes were real blinky, but because I've got glasses, you all can't see that with my special angel magic, but, yeah, that was, fucking around with the webcam being able to read me. But I found the solution, and it's all great. That's too big brain. I just put the cylinder in the square hole. But can Allison beat Goku? I think she could. She could animate him losing. Look at this. She did all this. Now we just need a team up between Twiins' Fallen Angel and Critter's Witch. Yeah. To be fair, I smile whenever I close my eyes. It's just a natural way of things happening. You smile real big and your cheeks getting in the way, so you close your eyes. So this is so exciting. I'll probably, there's a lot of art styles on screen right now. Because this is Allison's art for me, and then Doug's in my art style, and Critter did the background. And then I've got the jar that's just like a real ass jar over there. So what I'll probably do is, if anything, I might redo the desk. I appreciate Critter making me the desk, but I think its hard black line right next to Allison's more painterly style is a little bit jarring. So get excited for the next big reveal, which is a new desk. Oh. Allison's VTuber needs a promotion now. Oh, I have plans, and I know what the plans are, and I will not spoil them, but I am excited for the plans. You three are basically the Triforce of art? Yes. Yes, we are. Allison is, wisdom. Duh. She was smart enough to figure out how to do all this. I'm power. Because, duh. And, Critter can be courage because she's green. Most elaborate mixed media art project I've seen. Also, fun fact, I hate that desk because I didn't realize I didn't make the lines straight until way too late. Yeah, that's got this, it's dead center too. It's where I go. This chunk right here. That's alright, that's alright. I like the wall though. I like that it's got like, look at all that texture back there. And yeah, you probably just splotted a brush down on it, but that's more texture than I ever do. I suck at textures. So yeah, I guess, yeah, what do you guys want to chit chat about? My hands have been so ding-a-dang dry. Oh my gosh. Do any of you have hints and tips and tricks to help with dry hands? It hurts. My hands hurt all the time because of my dry hands. Hello, welcome. Look at how exciting I am. Look at, ooh, wow. I like how Allison is wisdom due to everything we know about her. Your power because you're a demigod, and Critter is courage only because she's green. I won't get any Panda Express. Oh no, that's alright. That's alright. We haven't gotten Panda Express in a while. It's tasty, but it's a little pricey. Try putting hand cream on after washing your hands. I do that. They still dry up so much. While I'm working in the back rooms, I have to wear gloves. You know, gotta wear your PPE, your personal protective equipment. So, yeah, I gotta wear gloves, and, but I'm a sweaty Betty. And so I sweat in the gloves, which just makes the cold affect me more. So that's the problem, is that I'm cold but sweaty. So, yeah. Gotta figure out how to handle that. With the plushies up top, I imagine you picked them up with your horns. Oh, the plushies up there. I can move them. Oh, fun fact. See? I can move them. I can move the sprinkle too. Theoretically, I could make them bigger and stick them like next to me, but Critter formatted them to like fit on on the shelf like consistently. Just drown your hands in moisturizer easy. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting Vaseline and taking that with me to work. Might need to speak to your doctor about this. I also struggle with dry hands. Yeah, but that includes having to go to the doctor, and what a nightmare. I ain't got time for that. Put on head. Okay, yeah. Boink. There we go. That's where you guys go. You're controlling me like Remy. Oh, playlist, come back. Playlist that y'all probably can't hear. Other things happening in the world of Twiins. Y'all know about that Fashion Dreamer game? Y'all know about that one? I've returned from the laundry room. What did I miss? I can move the plushies. That is the big thing you missed. That I can move these bad boys around. And I've always been able to, I just never have. We can hear it. That's good. That's good. I always worry that I've got the desktop audio a little too quiet for you guys. Movable plushies, let's go. I know, right? With Doug and the plushies, why am I even here? Speaking of Doug, you know what's something I've been thinking about doing? I've been thinking about redesigning Doug, cause Doug, come out here. He's actually here. I just have him all the way over there. So Doug looks fine, you know, but I think I can do better. The gloves are kind of dumb. So yeah, the gloves are kind of dumb, and overall the outfit it's just fine. So, Doug, you can go, thank you. And so I've been thinking about, redesigning him. Lurking, yeah. He's not even hidden, like, you know, I can hide his whole, like, lair, like, I can hide him, you know? But no, he's not even hidden, just way over there. The plant in the middle of the window, imagine them as dreads for Doug. Perhaps, and see, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna redesign Doug myself. But I was thinking it'd be fun to, like, also, let you guys kind of do my dress up PNG tuber challenge with Doug, and let you guys all also come up with outfits for Doug. I want to do my own first before I officially announce that, because I don't want to be, like, influenced by you guys and, like, accidentally steal or anything like that from you guys. So, and we can go over all those submissions here on stream. That sounds fun. So I'll get to thinking about a better design for Doug. Gemini will be excited. #1 Doug fan. And yeah, so that sounds fun. That sounds like something fun we can do. Finally managed to draw faces, hair, and arms perfectly. I'm proud of you. Those are all hard things. Say a word. Oh, but yeah, the Fashion Dreamer game. Do you guys all know about that one? It's the one where you play dress up, and then you run around and you dress up other people, and the whole game is just outfits. Y'all know about that one? It came out, like, a week ago. Literally 1 week ago. Will Plant Doug be redesigned? I mean, he's pretty dripped out. Plant Doug is perfect. If anything, if ever anything, Plant Doug can get a different pots. Cause, you know, he's swell. But he can always relocate into a different pot with a different little pattern on it. But no, Plant Doug is staying exactly how he is otherwise. Can't say I do. Alright, well that's alright. I've been playing it, and cause I've been like, so when they first talked about it in a Nintendo Direct quite a while ago, I was like, okay, so this seems fun. This seems interesting. I like outfits. You all know how much I like outfits. But I was like, but what do you do? Like, what do you actually do in this game? And so I was like, I'm gonna buy it, cause I think I could like it. And howdy, welcome, come on in. And so I purchased it, and I played it, and I got to the end credits in like 3 days. It took me basically no time at all to finish the main goal of, like, reach platinum rank. So what you do in the game, you get outfits. There is no currency to afford outfits. As long as you find an article of clothing you like, then you can slap that on you, or slap it onto somebody else. You can obtain that shirt, or whatever it is. And it's just outfits. Oh my gosh, Ranger! What a sweetie pie! Everyone, a round of applause to Ranger for being a swell kid. Thank you, Ranger. I appreciate you. Fleece pillows go so hard during a cold, snowy day. They really do. Yeah, so I finished the game, technically. It took me 3 days, and I kind of wish that they just didn't have the credits, like, cause, it kind of had me go, oh, well then now what? Because that's the thing, it is fun. You get a good boost of serotonin when, especially if you're playing online, when, yeah, you see that people have liked either your outfits or the clothes you designed, or if someone has made an outfit for you, because that's, you know, that's something that the game does. And that's, you know, that's fun, and it's fun making little outfits, but eventually you do get to a point where you feel like you've seen all the different, like, prompts that the NPCs give you, and it's like, okay, and if you play online, you get a lot of people who like beige or white or blue as their favorite colors, and oh, they like plaid and they like cute, and you know, you don't get a whole lot of variety in terms of online play either. And it kind of just leaves me sitting here being like, so now what? What do I do with the fashion game? Because it was fun, but it feels like I've done everything, and it took me 3 days to do everything. I do think they are planning on adding more things to the game. Like, I think they're gonna add little fashion shows, and that's cute. But yeah, I'm just like, golly. The game is fun. I just feel like, so I might even make a video about it. Just a quick little kind of review. Just to, cause there might be someone else out there like me who was like, okay, but what do you do in the game? And yeah, you just walk. You walk forward and you make outfits. It's not bad. I definitely wouldn't recommend getting it at full price. I got it at a discount because I got it on sale, and also I was able to redeem some points, so I paid like $42 for it, and even then I'd be like, I would suggest wait until it gets to like 35 personally. Remind you of my streaming schedule. It is every other Monday, and then Tuesday and Friday. 42? I mean, you know, a full price game. Which I don't think it should be. Walk simulator hype. So yeah, a shame. I think, you know, if you do wait around for it to like go on sale at some point, like in a couple years, you'll come back in. Dramatic drinking zoom. Yeah, I noticed that too. If you wait a couple years to get it, then, you know, there'll be tons of stuff for you to do. But as it is now, like, I sit here and go, I would like to play that. But then I go, eh. I've done it all. I've done everything. So, a bit of a shame. A rip-roaring shame, if you ask me. But I do like it. That's the hard part, is that I do want to recommend it. I think if you like outfits and designs, you'd have a great time. And it does look pretty, and, you know, what's really cool is it's very inclusive. There's tons of different skin tones and hairstyles, for, like, all types of different hair, like, textures and everything. It's really cool. So, you know, that's fun, and outfits are fun. So it's a shame that there's just not much to the game itself. I wasn't even, like, cranking through it either. That's the thing, it was so easy to just keep playing at first, because you were getting a lot of things kind of, you know, quickly. And maybe that's the point. Maybe their goal was have a player kind of crunk through to the credits as quickly as possible, and then they're kind of just off the reins, you know? I can only assume that was their idea, but damn. But yeah, that's kind of been the exciting thing I've been dealing with, is this model and fashion game. And dry hands. I made a mistake last night. I foolishly decided to watch a video about saw traps and he couldn't really show any of the saw traps in the video, otherwise he'd get demonetized. So it wasn't too bad, but it did mean I had saw trap related dreams. Which is a shame. A real shame. Nothing scary though, just gross. That's the thing, isn't it? Saw makes me feel ill. I've never watched any of them, but you know, I've seen things from them, obviously. And the thing about Saw, it's never scared me. I'm not scared that Jigsaw is gonna come wheeling in on his little tricycle and like come kidnap me or something. I'm not scared I'm gonna wake up in a Saw trap and have to deal with that. It just makes me feel sick. They're so it's a very unique breed of horror. I would call them technically horror. Petroleum jelly traps scarred me for life. That one seemed kind of dumb. But yeah, it's the only kind of horror franchise that I don't watch, not because it scares me, but because it's too much. Too much, too gross. Have you heard of Dislight? The character designs are pretty nice, but I heard the gameplay is boring. I've heard of Dislight. I believe that's one that I've gotten a good number of comments about. On that video that I made, the nitpick corner, where I lamented how Genshin clones look so similar to Genshin Impact and how that was a disappointment, because it meant that they didn't really stand out on their own, and it feels like that, you know, they won't survive long because people will be like, it's just a Genshin clone, as opposed to trying to make themselves a unique thing, which is a shame because often I feel like Genshin clones improve on Genshin's very, very boring fucking gameplay, and I'd like them to do better. And then half of the video was me complaining about how there's not enough fellas in the games, and most of the comments are people being way too mad that I called Wuthering Waves a Genshin clone. Like, I didn't even say it looked bad or anything. Just that it looks too similar visually to Genshin Impact. Despite the it's got a desaturated art style, and it's still, I'm like, yeah, but the characters, like, it still looks like, you know, an uneducated person would just look at it and be like, that's Genshin, but, you know, darker. dark mode Genshin Impact, and you know, that's a shame. And they were so fucking mad that I just called it a Genshin clone. And I'm like, brother, this game isn't even out yet. This game does not exist. It is by all intents and purposes as much of a video game as Yandere Simulator. So calm down. But yeah, so I think I've heard about Dislight through the comments that weren't being way too angry about the Wuthering Waves stuff. What genre is it? Well, let's find out. I'll Google Dislight and we can learn a little bit about it together. I mean, I can do slasher movies, but I draw the line at Saw. It's, you know, and I think they know it's not for everyone, and that's fair. They're clearly trying to kind of push the boundaries of what they can even show, you know? So, it makes sense. It makes sense that I don't think they're the most popular movies on planet Earth. And it doesn't help that word on the street is that a lot of people don't like most of the games, or most of the movies. That a good number of them are kind of dumb. It's an RPG. Yeah, it's a kind of gacha pullin' RPG, it seems. Yeah, it's the kind of thing where you have a party that you put to one side, and then they run to the right, and then they go hi-ya ya ya ya, and they fight whatever monster is next in the line, it looks like. That's what Dislight. The gameplay looks boring, and the designs They don't really do anything for me. And that's the funny thing, is that a lot of people were like, if you want a game with more boys in it, then you should play this light. Because it's got, you know, like 50-50. And I'm like, that's not what I asked for. I said I want a game with mostly boys. And 2, they look fine. They like, you know, they look fine. They don't look bad. They just look fine. 3, half of the fellas are like animals. I've mentioned this to you guys before. How often, and you know what's a fucking offender to this so often is mobile games like this, where it'll be like, here's all of our cute girls. And this one's like a fox girl, and that one's like a cat girl, and this one's a bunny girl. And then I'll be like, and here's our boys. And that one's just a normal human boy. And then that one is a bear. Not a bear boy. Like, just a bear. A furry. An animal. And that one is just a dog. And it's like, why can't they be dog boys? Why do they have to be furries? And you know, that's swell for the furries out there. Who are like, yo, I just want me some bar of furry boys. That's great. I'm happy for them. But so often, it's like... why is half the male cast animals? Why? Can you truly... are you so boring that you can't just draw a man and you must make it an animal? Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid you have fan service for people who don't like girls. It did kind of have an effect on horror movies after it came out. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we can't deny that Saw definitely... we are... fucking rubber banding from topic to topic in a way that is asinine. And by we, I mean me. It's my fault. Any thoughts about the exodus of workers from The Escapist? Oh yeah, we could talk about that. But yeah, Saw definitely, we can't deny that it played a huge, it was humongous. And the first handful were instrumental in the production of horror moving forward. So we can't deny their you know, their power within the movie sphere. I mean, Twiins, you want a game with mostly boys? I got you. How about mostly men? Yeah. The boo phenomenon, exactly. But yeah, so Escapist, if you all don't know, Escapist is, I'm gonna describe them as being kind of like, you know, college humor, Rooster Teeth, is how I'll describe it. They did video game stuff. IGN and Polygon might actually be a better kind of comparison. And if you know anything from The Escapist, I recently learned that Jack Packard worked at The Escapist, and I know Jack from Red Letter Media. He's been there. That's fun. As a writer. But anyway, if you know anything from The Escapist, it is almost definitely Yahtzee. 0 punctuation. If you've seen the aggressively yellow background and his little white, like, PNG character talking really quickly, that's 0 punctuation. And what happened with this, and The Escapist has been surviving off of just 0 punctuation for like ever now. For a long ass time, that's been the only thing keeping them afloat. And what happened is The Escapist, they fired some people. Basically being like, let's, you know, we're gonna get rid of you because we can, kind of a thing. And so a good handful of people, and the most important one is Yahtzee, so 0 punctuation, were like, fuck you. That sucks. We're leaving. So, as The Escapist has basically lost all of their, everything. All their employees, all their big makers, and all the people with any kind of level of clout or you know, influence from the company are kind of just coming all together to support each other. And 0 punctuation, while it would be under a different name, because The Escapist owns 0 punctuation, but Yahtzee can just make his own 0 punctuations on his own channel and still do fine. Be downright, he loses nothing in this. So, yeah, that's what's been going on, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they've all gotten out of that, because that's... The Escapist seems incompetent. At Rooster Teeth levels of incompetency, if you ask me. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. This is a tasty flaming hot tea with the Escapist, so keep your eyes open for Yahtzee, moving forward. I have not watched The Amazing Digital Circus. I know Critter did. She didn't seem to like it. I'm not interested, so no plans to watch that. Instead, I got into Welcome Home. You can just call it no punctuation. Yeah, he can. Honestly, he could just call it Yahtzee. If Yahtzee's gone, they're dead in the water. Oh, 100%. Yahtzee was the one lifeline. This is effectively the same as pulling the plug. Oh, so they're doing like the BuzzFeed guys who does those ghost place tours? Oh, yeah, kinda, yeah. Kinda like, the Watcher channel with the Ghoul Boys. Yeah, how they left BuzzFeed. It was a little bit more amicable with, Ryan and Shane than with, you know, Yahtzee and company. Ryan and Shane didn't wish didn't basically set BuzzFeed to burn to the ground. So, I did get into Welcome Home. I like it a lot. If y'all, okay, I've mentioned this the last time we were talking, but sexy Tumblr Bunny Twiins, I think that character is insufferable. Yeah, I've perceived, Digital Circus, and it just doesn't interest me. If you called it Yahtzee, then there are gonna be people who want to learn about how to play the actual game Yahtzee instead of tutorials. They get a fast-talking British man who says fuck. Is he British? I thought he was from New Zealand. Or was he just living in New Zealand? But you're correct. Which could be good for him. But yes, I got into Welcome Home, and I mentioned this last time. Welcome Home is great. It's an ARG, so not a video game, and there's no videos, but you can go to Welcome Home's website and take a poke around. He's British living in Australia, or at least he did. I see. I think he moved? Yeah, I knew that was like 30 years ago, hyperbolically, that I assumed he was in New Zealand. So, he lives in the US now. Fascinating. I wonder why. Maybe because that's where Escapist was. Yahtzee's British who lived in Australia and moved to the US. Fascinating. I haven't actually watched Zero Punctuation or any of his stuff in a while, so I'm behind on Yahtzee lore. But yeah. Welcome Home, 10 out of 10. Y'all should get into it. I suggest watching Nightmind's videos about it. He's got 3.5. And I suggest you watch them all in order, so you can get the full picture. He is great at kind of walking you through everything and showing you everything and doing it in a way that is engaging without any kind of extra fluff. He cuts out things that, you know, are unnecessary, even though the videos are still quite long, which just shows you how much there is to kind of see. Yeah, so that's what I say. I say go get into Welcome Home. My favorite characters are Wally and Eddie. I think they're neat. And yeah, that's all I think I can say about that, because I don't want to spoil anything. It's spooky. I'll give you that. It's a haunted puppet show. And that's there we go. Those are all the words I think I can say. I should reformat where I put everything, because I'm looking at chat over here. You guys are over there. But on screen, you guys are over there. So I should change the format so that I move chat over there. That'd be easy to do, and yet I'm not doing it. I love how Frank and Eddie interact. Yeah. Eddie, so Eddie and Julie are my favorite. They have some excellent, tasty energy. Wally and Barnaby, good. Yeah, Barnaby's good. I like Barnaby plenty. I like the himbo. That really doesn't narrow it down. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, the whole cast is really fun. The characters have very, very fun designs. I really hope that Clown, the creator, I hope he gets some like puppeteers to work with him to make the puppets. Cause I think they could be really cool. We don't have the puppets yet. It's part of the plot. We just have artwork of the puppets, and that's all right. You know, it's all very cute art. I love the art a lot. But I think they can really make the puppets, and I think it'd be swell. We have one. It's a recreation of Wally. Wally's the main character. So. And it's like nice, but I think it could be better. I think he's done a great job. You know, don't get me. I can't make a puppet like that. But I just want him to have everything. I downright hope that the "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" crew are like, we will work with you. We will help you. Needs to stop bullying Eddie. Eddie makes it so easy, though. Eddie is bullyable. Hence why he's one of my favorites. Also, the person voicing Eddie does a very excellent job. Honestly, I think they are my favorite VA on the team. No, there are no weak links, but Eddie's just, like, blown out of the water. I looked up the voice cast just to be like, who voices Eddie? Eddie sounds great. Like, who is this person? And somebody, like, they've got some roles on Behind the Voice Actor, but no, like, big roles. And I really hope they get cast in something huge. I hope they, like, end up in Fire Emblem or something, because they're really 10 out of 10 stuff. Same person voices Frank also voices Wally. How fun! I like them better as Wally, but I think I just like Wally. I jive with Wally real good. A cool kid. That's my low-key fantasy, not gonna lie. Yeah. What if the Jim Henson Company helped Clown? I feel like they would charge. I feel like they'd be like, you know, we can help you if you give us $1 billion. If you give us the rights to the whole dang thing. And I don't know. It'd be fun, but I don't know, I feel like that spells legal trouble if you ask me. Probably not just because they're more family-friendly rep. Oh, yeah, that too as well. I think Poppy's basically just Big Bird. So, fun fact, did you all know? Hello, Messiah, welcome! Look at how much I can move! Wow, look at my horns! Look at my horns! Let me zoom in. Hi. Wow, look at that dimension as I turn. Holy cannoli. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. All right, let me scoot back down. But yeah, welcome. Also, Messiah, if you've got any flaming hot tips on how to handle dry hands, I'd love to hear them. Character writing is lovely. Yeah, it is. Clown, I think Clown's the only writer, but they've got a banging grasp on how to write these like really fun interactions. But also the creepy stuff is really good too. That's why Wally's my favorite, cause Wally gets all the scary lines, and it's good. It's all good. No, there are other writers. They're all great. All 10 out of 10. They all deserve a round of applause. If and I do say so myself. But yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, fun fact. Y'all know, fun fact about Big Bird. So, y'all probably know this, but I don't care. I think it's fun. So, the way how you do Big Bird, is that you Hello, welcome, Cereza. Howdy. This is biblically accurate. Yeah, the way how you puppeteer Big Bird, at least classically, I'm sure it's actually still the same, because why fix what ain't broken, you know? But, so you've got one arm being Big Bird's arm, you know? And you'll usually see Big Bird, you know, he can grab stuff, he can interact. The other arm of the puppeteer is up, vertically above their head. And that's in his head and handles his beak and eyes. That's why Big Bird usually only has one arm doing things. The other one can still like move. It's like attached in a way that like if you shimmy around, the arm will kind of like jostle. Yeah, that's how you puppeteer Big Bird, with one arm up permanently and the other one, you know, being Big Bird's arm. And I think that's fun. It does sound so hard. Imagine keeping your arm above your head for an extended period of time and also doing things. Like, you have to, like, manage his eyes and his beak while also, like, playing him. Like, there's a lot going on. So, way to go, Big Bird. When the storyline for Welcome Home ends, I want to see Clown and their crew make a cartoon. That'd be pretty fly. That'd be pretty dang fly. Big Bird almost died in a space shuttle crash. Ranger, I'm gonna need you to elaborate. Just a little bit. I don't have any other fun facts about any of their Muppets. Think Big Bird is a girl? Pretty sure he goes by he. Him. Now I'll Google Big Bird while Ranger explains what the fuck. At some point, Big Bird was supposed to go to space, but a teacher went instead and it crashed. Oh. Like, in real life? Like a real person died? Well, that's really sad. That's tragic. Thanks for bringing the moon down, Ranger. Well, that's really sad. That's a tragedy. No one likes it when astronauts end up in those horrific accidents. Big Bird. Wiki? Oh, here. Is Big Bird a boy or a girl? Big Bird is a boy. Google says Big Bird is a boy. So now we know. But also I knew that anyway, because I actually watched Sesame Street growing up. You fake fans. My least favorite part was Elmo. I didn't like his voice. Like they have to keep their hands over their head just to move the puppets. Oh yeah, that's true. They're usually below. So everyone's kind of got their arms up in order to do the puppeteering. How dare. Elmo's pretty cringe. I don't like how high-pitched Elmo's voice is. I think, but whatever was on after Elmo was my favorite. So we had to sit through Elmo to get to whatever that was. Fucking loved Elmo's World. You would. You would, you goon. That's because you've also got an annoying high-pitched voice. I'm joking. I just heard her laugh across the apartment. So, yeah, I wasn't in love with Elmo. Remember that movie where he fucked up Christmas? Nope. But I do remember watching A Christmas Carol with the Muppets featuring Michael Caine. What, baby twins think of Cookie Monster? Love Cookie Monster. I like cookies. Cookie Monster looks huggable and nice. Cookie Monster's 10 out of 10. Heard that through the stream. He had 3 wishes and he wasted one on a glass of water. That is so Elmo. They've had a Muppets Wizard of Oz, yeah? They must have. That's happened. The Muppets have absolutely done Wizard of Oz, and I can almost guarantee you that Miss Piggy was probably Glinda the Good Witch and also Elphaba, the Bad Witch, the Wicked Witch of the West. Because Miss Piggy would do that. At a stoplight right now, but you're driving Cereza. That can't be safe. But I was close to clocking out of my shift in frustration because it took forever to restock the food. Dang. And 2 customers took most of the poblanos, which we don't have, and had to move it to one side. Oh, that all blows. Customers always, they love ruining your time. It is Wizard of Oz and Treasure Island. Who played the Scarecrow? I can just Google it. Now it's a race. Can I Google it quicker, or can you guys tell me quicker? Who played the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion in the Muppet version? Muppet. A Muppet Wizard of Oz. Images. Oh my gosh, Miss Piggy. Okay, so yeah, Miss Piggy is the Good Witch. Kermit is the Scarecrow. Oh, I don't know all their names. Well, that's good. This is great. I recognize Gonzo. I think that's Gonzo as the Tin Man. And I can see Animal. I guess Animal was acting as Toto. I love Animal, so... No, that's not Animal. That's the other one. I do like Animal, though. Anyway, I really enjoyed the Muppet version of the Christmas Carol. One, because it was just a fun retelling of A Christmas Carol. Is that what it's called? That's what it's called, right? The one with Ebenezer Scrooge? That's the movie, correct? And he gets visited by the ghosts. And that was the Muppets, yeah? Okay, thank you. Yeah, the Muppet version of that was really fun. I liked it a lot because the Muppets were funny. And also because even at that age, which was like in his late 40s, I'm gonna say, Michael Caine is smash. And I just had a grand old time watching Michael Caine interact with the Muppets. Had a cursed crush on Animal. Wow. You know, I can see it. He's exciting. As a kid, yeah. Kids are like that. My favorite Christmas Carol is the Epic Rap Battle. I think I watched that once. It didn't grab me. Of the Epic Rap Battles, not my favorite. It was like fine. Of course he is Smash. He is also Alfred Pennyworth, Batman's butler. It's true, it's true. I don't know any other roles that Michael Caine is in. I know he's got them. I think he was in Kingsman. I don't watch a whole lot of movies. I want to see, oh, we could watch the FNAF movie. That could be interesting. I've heard only extremes on either sides. I've heard people be like, yo, it was really good, you should watch it, it was really fun. And I've also heard people be like, it's shit. It's the worst movie ever. It is terrible. And I'm like, well, which one is it? Or is it just mid and people have too hard of opinions? I think he was in one of the Jaws movies where he says, oh shit, you know what? I feel like I have seen him in a movie with a shark, but it was like just a trailer. The Ghost of Christmas Present from the Disney version is smash, honestly. Which one's the Disney version? Is that the animated one? Where Christmas Present is just a big jolly fella? I mean, he always is, but I recognize that version. Oh yeah, it's probably like the Mario movie, neutrally good, but with some aspects that could have been better. Yeah. I'm someone who's caught up on all of FNAF. It's a 7.5. Okay, see? That's not bad. That's pretty neat. I think the consensus I got was, if you like FNAF, you like the movie, but as a movie, it's bad. I mean, it's not the best, but it's the FNAF movie, so I loved it. Alright, so maybe someday we'll have to, take the time to actually watch that. I think, you know, I have heard, no spoilers, but I've heard that it's not just FNAF 1. It kind of goes more into it than that. Which I'm impressed with, because I genuinely figured it would just be kind of retelling FNAF 1, but kind of spun in a way that makes it accessible to a movie versus a video game. I figured we would only be seeing Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, you know, like how they do in the first, oh, and maybe Golden Freddy. So that's neat. That's neat that it sounds like that they've gone further into the universe than just that, which is neato. It's mid, depending on if you are familiar with FNAF in general, and get excited at the connections to the game. I do like that. I do like those things. Kind of figured they'd want to include more of the later lore. I just figured they'd be testing the waters, I guess. What's his name? What's the nice... There's... Matthew Lillard! Matthew Lillard's in the movie, isn't he? Is he playing Purple Guy? I know he's in it, but I don't know who he plays. But I like Matthew. He is swell. He's just, and what a fascinating, so in my world, Matthew Lillard starts as Shaggy from the live action movies, though I do know that eventually he voices Shaggy now in the cartoons too. So that's neato. And then I learned that he was also one of the murderers in the first Scream movie. And I've struggled with that my whole life. Because Scream really scared me when I was younger. And now, he's Shaggy, and he's Shaggy. And now he's gone back to Scary. And he's got so much range. He's a great actor, Matthew. And he also seems to be just a nice guy. Word on the street is Matthew Lillard is the nicest guy on planet Earth. So... So that's swell. I'm happy for him. It's hard to do just FNAF 1 because the game is just some crazy guy going back to a haunted place. Well, I figured they'd kind of make it just one night in a way. Maybe have, you know, the haunting spooky things kind of be less intense at first so that he can keep coming back, you know. It's kind of a recap movie, including security breach hints. Fascinating. See, now that feels like too much. That sounds like too many things all going on. If we're gonna be recapping like the whole dang, but also the plot, like, actually never mind. Yeah, if we're recapping the plot with like Purple Guy, then that sounds doable. Versus the ins and outs of people going into different haunted houses and getting attacked by different animatronics in different ways. Yeah. If Glamrock Freddy was in the movie, would you watch it? I think I'd watch it anyway. If Monty was in it, Monty's cool. I like Monty. But yeah, I yes and no. Glamrock Freddy does not sway me either way. But I'd be delighted to see him. The security guard pissed me off, and also the 3D animated Disney movie of Christmas Carol. Okay. Right, I forgot we were talking about that. He did indeed spend 5 nights at Freddy's. Well, golly. Oh, we're in lockdown, and have big metal gates come down and trap him or something. Or the title would be silly if they didn't do 5 nights. You know, that is true. The fact that security breach is just 1 night and it's still 5 nights at Freddy's. Yeah, that is dumb. That is dumb. You're right. You're all right. I'm proud of you guys. Forgot the words actually meant something. Yeah, and it's not just, what's the game? FNAF. F-N-A-F. FNAF. Hello, welcome. Howdy. What's the announcement? Brother, look at me. What else would the announcement be? Allison made me 2-dimensional and cool. The movie is just mid in general. It's got its funny moments, but it also kind of feels like it expects you to be really familiar with the games at some points. And you know what? I think that's okay. I don't think it needed to be... Oh, how adorable. think the movie needed to be a introduction for newcomers. Like, that's not the target audience now, is it? Yeah, like, I wasn't interested in watching the Halo TV show because I don't care about Halo. But someone who does play Halo will be like, well, I want to see that. If I didn't know anything about FNAF, if they made a, Resident Evil movies already exist, and I've only recently kind of gotten interested in Resident Evil. So obviously I haven't watched the Resident Evil movies, but I watched the Super Mario one, the old one from the 80s. So yeah, I don't think it needs to introduce things to the audience. I think assuming that the people coming to watch your movie is going to be as familiar with the games, if not more, than the writers, is probably a smart choice. That's where I think I stand. Excalibur moment. Sometimes a series doesn't really need to make things for newcomers, in my opinion. I agree. I think it can. You just have to kind of know how to choose your battles. Like the Ruby manga that Shiro did. The fact that, like, all the chapters just recapping, like redoing the trailers, they're pretty, but I never reread them. And I don't think they should have done that. I think they should have just had original adventures for Team Ruby, and that alone would have been enough to kind of, like, yeah, the first one kind of explaining aura and faunuses and, you know, that kind of stuff, sure. You know, establish the characters, establish important things with the world, okay, fine. But then after that, they kind of still expect you to understand so much anyway, that I've watched someone briefly talk about the manga, and they don't watch Ruby, and they were like, I am confused. You know, it's cool art, it's cool action, but I don't understand what's happening. And that's even with, so it's the worst of both worlds with the Ruby manga, where for me, as someone familiar with the story and all these trailers, I'm like, yeah, I've seen this already. Yeah, I get it. You know, move on to something new. But for someone who is unfamiliar with Ruby, they read through it, and then they were just lost. So, yeah, you can't have it both ways. So, maybe, just at the end of the day, it's probably a good thing that the FNAF movie didn't explain things. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm so hungry. What should we have for dinner? I don't know. Allison, you're in charge. You pick that. You decide. I believe in you. Whatever you choose, we'll roll with. We still have those tamales. That's why I told you to get tortillas, by the way. Because you kept wanting tortillas, but we didn't have any. Glad I didn't see the FNAF movie in theaters because I didn't want to hear snotty children. Oh, 1000%. If I saw it in theaters, I would have gone at like a midnight screening. To just try to avoid icky, disgusting, vile children. Pretty surprised at how well behaved the people in my theater were. I heard in some places the audience was unbearable. That's kind of always the threat with going to the theaters, I feel like. It's always so, like, it's fun in theory, but I hate people. Though, I will say, when we went and saw the Dragon Ball Broly movie, in theaters, since we were all anime losers, we were all nervous and shy, and we were all quiet. That was nice. Gotta get that pizza. We do still have 2 pizzas in the freezer. The problem with video context with video games is when most of the context is assumed and can ultimately be The problem with video context with video games is when most of the context is assumed and can ultimately be the downfall of the film. A big example is with the Mortal Kombat Annihilation movie, where you have multiple fan-favorite characters jump in for like 50 seconds and either die or fuck off. Mind you, like 20 characters are in this film. What else are you gonna do with Mortal Kombat though? Like if I'm a Mortal Kombat fan and I'm watching Mortal Kombat movie, and I know that we're probably going to be focusing on the more main characters like Liu Kang, Sonya, Johnny Cage, Scorpion. But my favorite character is somebody else. who I don't know because I don't play Mortal Kombat. My favorite character is Reptile. Oh, but they're probably not gonna have Reptile do a whole lot. Well, I'd be excited for him to still show up to some degree. Twiins will pay for the next 3 dinners for this achievement. It's kind of true. I'll probably pay for the McDonald's when we go to get McDonald's for coffee over the weekend. I went at like 10:30, so no little kids. Heck yeah, I'm happy for you. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is just in general a bad movie, and I say that as a fan, and that's alright. Sometimes you just gotta accept that it's a bad movie. You know what, and that reminds me, the Mario movie came out, you know, the new one, and suddenly, because the internet is stupid, I'm calling you all out, all of you internet out there, not you. Chat's great. But the rest of the internet, suddenly everyone was like, you know, the one from the 80s/90s, you know, whatever, with like John Leguizamo or whatever, that one's actually amazing. It's perfect cinema. It's the best Mario movie ever. We all have always liked it. We think it's great, and we've always thought it was great. It's so good and charming. And I'm like, bitch, no you fucking didn't. No you don't fucking lie. Just because it's like, oh well, I don't want to like this new Mario movie because they got Chris Pratt voicing Mario. And that's fine. But don't act like the old movie was good. It was always bad. And you can go back and watch thousands of videos of people talking about it and how bad it is. Why is the Goomba a man with a reptile head? That's weird. Bowser is a white guy with dreads. That's bad. They mix up the names of the princesses constantly. That's bad. I think John Leguizamo has talked about how he wanted to be, he was like, I wish I was dead when he was working on that movie. Nobody liked it. The script was a nightmare. The director was fucking constantly getting replaced, it seemed like. Nothing good happened with the Mario movie. And at the end of the day, it was a Mario movie in title alone. Don't even try to fucking act like that was the greatest movie ever. I like that one. Okay, yeah, you can like it. You don't need to like it. A movie doesn't need to be good for you to like it, but like, everyone being like, coming out of the woodwork on Twitter to be like, I love this old movie. It's so good. No, you don't. You don't have to like the old one in order to prove why the new one is bad. You can dislike both of them. Twiins, you're basically describing how Star Wars fans have. Yeah, I am! That happened too! You're right, Ranger, that did happen. I know because I was there. I saw it all. Because I liked the prequels. Because I thought Jar Jar was fine, and I think Darth Maul is neat. And I liked I saw one of them in theaters. I think I fell asleep. We were kind of little. But I know that everyone always shat on the prequels. They were making fun of them constantly. That was always the joke. Was the prequels are bad. We pretend they aren't real. And then the new ones came out with like Finn and Rey and everything. And suddenly everyone's like, Hayden Christian Anderson, I think that's his name, who plays Anakin. He's swell, actually, and we love him, and Padme is a queen, and everyone's always liked Ewan McGregor. But it's like, suddenly we're all acting like everyone was a super fan. Why can't this be good like the prequels? It's like, y'all, you're a pancake, you're flip-floppity. Twiins popping off so hard my Twitch had to load. Hey, Hayden Christensen. I was close. I think Hayden Christian Anderson. I think I kind of fused Hayden Christensen with Hans Christian Andersen, the guy who wrote the story that Frozen is based off of, and a good handful of other classic fairy tales. These conversations got Twiins so heated her inner demon is coming out. Oh, golly. Palpatine was great. Also, Count Dooku, Christopher Lee. I'm pretty sure that's his name. A god. an amazing man. He was in it, so how bad could it be? He was in a lot of bad movies, actually. Yes, thank Jesus. I wouldn't want to disrespect our Lord and Savior, Christopher Lee. Right, Christopher Lloyd is, Back to the Future. He was in many bad movies. You are right. Count Dooku, more like Count Poo Poo. I also say that every time. I think that's a JonTron bit from fucking eons ago, but I always do. I'm always like, Count Dooku, like Poo Poo. He was so open about all the bad movies he was in. He loved it. He just liked acting. And you know what? So they'll never do. I think the live action craze with Disney is dying down. I don't think they're not as into it anymore. Hang on, water break time. Get excited for the water. I've got something in my eye! It's the water, I guess. Okay. The fuck was I saying? Fam. What was I saying? A live action! Okay, live action Disney. I think they're cooling down with that because they, quite frankly, went too fast and they caught up. So I don't think they'll ever, they're still going. Snow White is gonna be next for live action. Snow White is a great pick. They should have done Snow White long ago, because Snow White is fucking boring. That is barely a movie. So, that's swell. The old movies like that, like Sleeping Beauty and Snow White and Cinderella, I think those are great picks to do for live action because they are fucking boring. They are boring movies that can only benefit from getting zhuzhed up. But a movie that's like a full narrative already on its own, like Lion King, you don't need to do live action Lion King. It's perfect. There's no reason for it. So, but they'll never ever have the balls to do Hunchback for a lot of reasons. There are so many reasons why they'll never have the balls to do Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I'm happy for that, because quite frankly, the animated version is gorgeous. There's no reason to do live action Hunchback. Other than the actors would get to have fun. I think it would be fun to perform in Hunchback, to be an actor in Hunchback. But that is the only reason why, it's like, why do we do live action Hunchback of Notre Dame? Because the actor thinks it would be fun to be in it. But on top of it all, they can never do Hunchback because, quite frankly, Christopher Lee is the only man who I could ever see cast to play Frollo. And Christopher Lee is unfortunately no longer with us. So what is even fucking the point? But you see, the actress kind of like hates Snow White, which is kind of odd to why. Oh yeah! I do remember hearing about that. And they said that they're like, we're modernizing it so that, she's not useless and, she's kind of, that was kind of, and it's like kind of stupid because it's like, you don't have to make Snow White a new character. Just deal with, like, Snow White is a fine character on her own. Oh, like, she fights off the Wicked Witch woman who's got a name. She sure does fucking have a name. I used to know it. Angelina Jolie. No, that was Sleeping Beauty. Damn it. But yeah, Snow White, like, just accept that that's how her character is. Because otherwise, every female lead role gets written exactly the same, and they're fucking boring. They're all, like, quippy, like, I'm smarter and better than you. I'm so interesting. I'm not like other girls. I don't like wearing dresses, because that's bad. And what, you expect me to cook for you? And it's like, this isn't cool or fun. Women are allowed to be weak. I disagree. You cannot fluff up a story that is foundationally so simple. There is no fluff to add. I argue that there is only fluff to add. Let Snow White fuck around with the dwarves. Have her go to the mines. That could be fun. Let her interact with Prince Charming beforehand. That could be, here's the thing, you can't just, like, you have to choose a genre. Make it funny. I think that could be a great way to do it. But yeah, girls are allowed to like feminine things and still be main characters. And I think that's something that Hollywood needs to fucking figure out. It's okay to wear dresses. It's okay to like long hair and having it down. It's okay to like the color pink. You know? Like, you want Bo Peep in the 4th Toy Story movie to be more active? Okay. And so they put her in pants. And it's like, why couldn't she got to wear her dress? Why? Why does she have to? Girls are only allowed to do something if they're wearing pants? If they identify more with quote-unquote masculine, like, features and hobbies? You're not allowed to save the world if you like to sew, and I think that's a problem. I think we have done good work with, you know, pushing outside of the boundaries of what female characters got to be, and then we've just pigeonholed ourselves again into this not like other girls archetype that you see constantly. And that's the problem with Snow White, is that they've just done that. It's from what I hear. So, yeah. That sounds dumb. That sounds dumb. Girl bossing her way into that coffin. Thought it was just evil stepmother / queen. I think you're right. I was thinking of, what's her name? The bad guy in Sleeping Beauty. She's also in Kingdom Hearts. She's got the green skin and the big, like, horned outfit. And there was a live-action movie of that seemed pretty good. Maleficent! Thank you! I'll never remember the name of anything ever. Angelina Jolie. Bayonetta. But this is Bayonetta taught me how to be feminine and still kick ass. Exactly. And I do think video games seem to have a better grasp on that, funnily enough. Because even though Princess Peach is the go-to example of, you know, female in distress, the damsel in distress gotta go save the princess. Like, she got to wear a dress, and she still gets to be in Smash. And quite frankly, Peach barely gets kidnapped anymore, more often than not, especially in, like, the 2D games. They'll give Bowser some other thing to kidnap or whatever, like a castle. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. He kidnapped the castle in Wonder. So then you can play as Peach or Daisy, and they get to run around. They don't have to wear pants, because sometimes girls want to wear a dress. So funnily enough, despite all the kind of, you know how gamers can be with girls. Video games are approaching femininity and strong female characters far better than Hollywood has been. Twiins about to pull in the wrong audience on accident. I mean, fighting games have a bunch of ladies beat the shit out of dudes pretty regularly. 'Tis true. Sonya Blade, she's cool. I like her. I tried to think of any other. Oh, what's her name? Kick. Boy, Chun-Li! Chun-Li! Everyone loves Chun-Li. And she's super fly. Ino from Guilty Gear? I don't know her. I'll be honest. I've seen Guilty Gear. The only one I know is there's like a fucking billion figures of this one character from Guilty Gear, and I can't remember their name. She's got like a teddy bear with her, and I think she fights with like a big yo-yo. And I also know that it is Bridget, and I know that she is trans. That's what I know about Bridget, is that she's in Guilty Gear. There are only figures of her. There are other girls, by the way, in Guilty Gear, and they all have really solid designs. They're really, like, they range from cute to, like, girl bosses, and everything in between, but only Bridget figures exist. Just #1 favorite, and she's trans, which is pretty fun. And even the creator was like, no, she's trans, shut up. Like, about people trying to kind of squiggle around that. So that's neato. Yeah, she's really popular in Japan, so they market it to them, and us in the West. I guess it makes sense. I'm just surprised that there aren't any others. Like, it's like there's a guy I watch sometimes. His name is Zuko. He talks about anime figures, and he's like a Bridget fan. He's got a good number of her figures, and even he's like, they need to stop. There's too many. I guess plenty of options, so that's good. Like when creators do that. I agree. When they just shut down, like Yoko Taro. Because Emil is gay, and he's got a crush on Nier, to a degree, as much of a crush as you can have with Nier. It's a complicated game, but someone was like, "Oh, is he like that because he's fused with his sister and he's taken on some of her feminine traits, and she's really the one that has the crush on." And Yoko Taro was like, "No, he's just fucking gay." Bridget getting a fuck ton of figures is normal in Guilty Gear. Ram Lethal, and Elfit got a fuck ton of figures during Guilty Gear Xrd. Fascinating. I'm just fascinated that it's just the one. Because I've seen so many cool characters. And they've got the recolors, you're not even wrong, you know? I see a lot of her in her default outfit. But yeah, I'm just fascinated by, there's so many, and I think that's what it is actually. It's not just that they aren't reaching out beyond Bridget, but that there's also like, just shitloads that happen really quickly. There's like 30 figures of Bridget that happened within like a year, and that's what kind of has it all be like, whoa. There are other characters, what's happening? Just got a package from Scentbird and they gave me a tiny ass cologne bottle. I'm proud of you. Happy for the cologne. Appreciate that. I don't think I've ever purchased like perfume or body spray for myself. I have exclusively obtained them through gifts, mostly from Christmas. Gotta do the itty bitty pinky dabs. Yeah. Want to figure out my girl Bacon? Is her name Bacon? Is it said Bacon? How do you pronounce that name? Bacon. I see. I hope you get your bacon. I hope you get your bacon figure, man. I'd really like a cool Denji figure from Chainsaw Man. There's a couple of Denji figures, but I haven't been like super into any of them. Here's what I want. I want it to be not him as Chainsaw Man, so Denji, not with the chainsaw face, but like with his shirt open and pulling the ripcord to become Chainsaw Man, and in like a cool pose. That's what I want. It sounds simple. You'd think that'd be available, but no. Most of the cooler ones do have him in Chainsaw Man form, so, and that makes sense, but and those aren't even that bad. I could live with him, you know, with the chainsaw face. But, waiting for some March of My Boo, Quan Chi. Yeah. I'm excited for us to get to that in the anime. I still haven't watched the anime, but I think she could be animated really cool. But you know what I actually want? And this is a pipe dream, I want a cool figure of Katana Man. I liked Katana Man. He's cool. But in the anime, they ruined him because he wasn't as cute. Because they like, didn't go as hard with the sideburns. So he looked less cool. So whatever. And if there's ever gonna be a Katana Man figure, it would absolutely be him in Katana Man form. Not in human form. So what's even the point? So, oh, and you know, I mean, you guys know that I'd love a Kaiji figure. There is, like, one out there, but it's a Figma. So it's one of the ones where, like, you can pose them. And that's neat, but I'm not really into Figmas, personally. I would rather have, like, a, you know, like just a figure of Kaiji. Doing literally anything. Anything at all. And it'd be him crying, that'd be swell. Him cutting off his ear, that'd be neat. Him going across the beam in the human race, that'd be a cool thing to do. You could try to get one custom made. Yeah, maybe if I had trillions of dollars. How do you do, for censor reasons, do the devil's horizontal tango with Chainsaw Man? What? I don't know what you're asking. So, the devil's horizontal tango with Chainsaw Man. Like, is it like a Russian roulette sort of thing? Try not to cut yourself? Oh, I understand, literally. I thought you were referencing something in the manga. And I'm like, that's the whole point. Is that no one fucks Denji. I believe that there's just no chainsaw down there. And just, you know, don't touch his face. Don't touch his face and arms. And I think... Just, yeah, there you go. Just be careful. Use protection. That question stumped me 3 times. But boringly, I think the answer is just be careful, fam. Before we get too far off the deep end of inappropriate Chainsaw Man questions. Perhaps we ought to wrap up. So get excited for me to be a PNG. I can look down. Look at all this looking down I can do. I'll probably still be a PNG when if I'm doing art streams, just because when I'm doing art I'm looking down like this. And I'm like, that'll happen. So you do not, because he's like 16. Oh yeah, it's easy to forget that they're all kind of, you know, 16, 18 age. Because I had a job, so it's easy to forget with Chainsaw Man. It's kind of like with Cowboy Bebop, where they're like, I don't know, I think they're a lot younger than you expect. Like, Faye Valentine is 18, and it's like, no, she's not. So yeah, it's just that kind of thing where it's like, no, they're 16 just to put on the wiki. Though I will say it is easier to remember with Denji currently, because I know he's doing his high school arc. He's going to school and everything. So that's you wait and then you just be safe. Besides, Aki's cooler anyway, and Katana Man's an adult, so who cares? What was I saying? Oh, me being a PNG. Yeah, I'll be a PNG if I'm doing art streams, because otherwise I'm just looking down and, you know, that's all awkward. And I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks it's funny to keep the 3D model for Ocarina of Time, because it's 3D, he's 3D, that was the whole point. But I don't know, look at how pretty I am. And since, you know, since I'm, since I've got a whole model, I can fuck around with gameplay in a more funny way. So, I don't know if the 3D, I don't know how often the 3D model's coming back. I also worked so hard on this one. I'm so proud of her. Anime insane camera angle twins, exactly. Isn't JoJo Star like 14, 15? I think so. Yeah. He's in high school. I know that. I know that much about him. I know that, and that Araki designed him to never really take the hat off, and I think that's the JoJo I'm talking about. There's the one with the hat, and like, the hat and the hair kind of become one. And someone was like, what's up with that? And the mangaka was like, I just drew it. He doesn't take the hat off, so I don't have to think about it. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up, since Allison is starving to death, and I'm also mighty hungry. Don't gotta feel pressure to use it just because I made it, whatever works. So I might roll with the 3D one for, Ocarina. And then this one for other things. Yo, I should play Paper Mario because I'm 2D now! That sounds hilarious. So, what's your daily art tip for you? I had actually thought of one. Oh, my daily art tip. Saturation is not always your friend when it comes to colors. Don't be afraid to add white and black to your colors to make them more muted. Draw what you like is also an important tip. Yeah. Do you guys want to see one final fun thing before we wrap up stream? If I'm far away, it can still see me, and it'll adjust accordingly. Watch. Hang on. I'm getting up. And now I'm over here. And I can take a step, take another step. Hello. And if I go really far away, I'm so tiny. Returning to my chair is a bit of a nightmare, though. It takes it a second to figure out what's going on. I have one. Perfectionist. Try to rein that in a little. That was a big one for me on this project. It's true. Allison is correct. Those tiny little details, no one is gonna notice those. So don't sweat the small stuff. Can you remind us of the whole Doug deal? I will do that once I actually have a design for Doug myself. I'll officially announce it at some point. So go ahead. This is a sneaky tip for all of you who showed up for this stream, is to start ruminating on a Doug design, cause that'll be fun. Here, I'll even slap him on screen for you. Doug, get over here. That's not Doug. I don't know what I just moved. But it wasn't Doug. You're not Doug. Well, you're real Doug. Doug, get the fuck over here. Okay, here's Doug. Here he is now. Yeah, start ruminating on a design for him. You could probably change up his hair. Like you can cut it, but I like these colors, so that's the only rule. You can't change his skin, eyes, or hair colors. His outfit is fine. But yeah, I'll be sending forward this challenge officially in the not too distant future, I think, because it sounds really fun. So yeah, you all get to have a sneak head start and start thinking about some Doug designs. Tiny stream when. Don't lean too far, or your paper flat model will fall over. Will Allison still have Scrunch Allison when she joins? Yes. Until she makes something better for herself. Okay. So yeah, there you go. You all know kind of what to think about. Yeah, that's it. That's gonna be it for stream. Thanks for showing up, everyone. One final round of applause to Allison. Thank you, Allison. You're so cool and special, and you're everyone's favorite. Way to go. All right. So yeah, adios. That's gonna be it for today. I'll see you on the flip side. Eat your vegetables, drink your water, and yeah, there's not gonna be a stream next Monday But I'll see you on Tuesday. Goodbye.